Social media is turning into entertainment media. But why? It's a business and they exist to make money. But there's something else going on. Just like Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, IG, LinkedIn, they're all businesses. And the way they make money is by keeping your attention. The longer you're on the platform, the more ads you see, and the more sales they make and ad spend they earn from brands and businesses working on building their audience, community, and digital footprint. For content creators, the math is simple. More eyes equals more sales. The longer you have people's attention, the more money you make. Whether through sponsorships, affiliate sales, viewer monetization, those dollars all come from the same source, the eyes and attention of their target demographic. The people like you, they want the solution that you're offering or identify with your brand's community. These are the people that share your interests and problems. That's why they follow you, for insights, answers, or their style of entertainment. Now, going back to businesses, they are incentivized to make money the better they are at helping you find what you're looking for, whether it be information or entertainment. This is why you're constantly being monitored by these platforms. They're made up of ridiculously complex algorithms that register everywhere you go, everything you do, everything you buy, interact with, view, like, dislike, and avoid. They know to a fraction of a second how much time you spent looking at something, whether you're scrolling past it, pausing for a glance, or actually clicking to have a peek. Every increment of attention equals fractions of pennies from their competitors. When billions of people use your product, those pennies add up to billions of dollars, reoccurring. So social media has two jobs. One, studying you and understanding you so well that it can identify your feelings, associate them with the things occurring in your life and in the world around you, and do it to the degree that it can eventually predict your next action. And two, viewer retention, keeping you on their platform as long as possible by balancing out entertainment with strategically chosen products and services that will appeal to you in your current state of mind. Now, that sounds bad when you realize that combined, these social media platforms are worth trillions, with a T, trillions of dollars, by getting people to waste their lives watching videos, waste their money buying things they don't necessarily need, all by using psychological tactics and data gathered provided by you, the user themselves, to hold you, the viewer's attention, as long as humanly possible. And not only do we voluntarily provide them data, but they deceptively gather data on us in other ways through our devices. GPS, communications, and tricking us into agreeing to long, complex, overly legalese terms of service and giving them blind permission, but that's another video entirely. These are serious topics, so if success in overcoming generational poverty is your mission, I invite you to subscribe and see what else might be keeping you from those goals. One hand washes the other, and my community will be lucky to have you, so welcome. Now, time is money, which means attention is money. Social media algorithms have studied you for years and know you better than you know yourself, especially with the integration of AI since 2022. The mental fortitude and self-discipline it will require to break yourself of these habits will be immense. But I believe the easiest way isn't to sever your connection with social media, but to utilize it to your advantage. If social media platforms can generate incomes through building audiences and promoting products and services, then we can too. But you have to change your perspective from a user to a business. From someone consuming endless amounts of media to someone with their own voice, reaching out to their own community by being authentic and providing unique and effective solutions from an authoritative and experienced position. Facebook, Google, and others have been tracking us for nearly 2 decades or better. I think it's safe to say there's not much they don't know about us at this point. And yes, they know us well enough that they're gaining the ability to predict our future decisions. No bullshit. Now that social media platforms understand that, it's a lot more profitable pivoting to an entertainment media platform. Attention is king, and every cent they gain is methodically obtained by absorbing every possible second of your life. They're designed to keep you up late. They're designed to retain your attention. They're designed to trigger psychological responses in your brain, releasing dopamine and serotonin to keep you glued to your screen, to study you, utilize the data you provide, and present to you whatever video will evoke the most emotion to control you. Social media has become the chains of the mind, now enslaving a vast portion of humanity. If they have your attention, they have your time. If they have your time, they have your money. And if they have your time and your money, then your mind belongs to them and they own your ass. Now, this should be the noble part of the speech where I encourage you to go grassroots, brick and mortar, the hard-working, honest path of the old days. But if I did that, I'd be leading you to slaughter. Blockbuster's hubris was its downfall. Thinking its brand was so dominating, it refused to shift to streaming and kiosks like Netflix and Redbox, which history shows led to its downfall. Why? Because Blockbuster didn't evolve their strategy to keep up with new technology, nor the changes taking place within culture generationally. The internet and home computer were becoming more accessible, but in a changing world, Blockbuster fought to stay the same, and this led to their extinction. Entertainment evolved, and with it culture. It happened again as cell phones and mobile devices became portable media studios, complete with cameras, editing tools, internet, and platforms you can upload your content to. And today, we can add to that artificial intelligence. So, if you're basing your business or future business on how the world ran 10 years ago, or even how it typically runs today, you may find yourself wasting years and millions of dollars trying to chase trends instead of being on top of them. You need to look to the future, and to do that, you have to stay current and utilize the most technologically advanced tools and methods to give yourself a competitive advantage. Fewer and fewer companies exist as the biggest companies wipe them out. How many thousands of stores have closed because big chains like Walmart continue to advance and improve their strategy? We are no longer in a competitive landscape. This is King of the Hill. Unless you're number one, you have no certainty, no security that you yourself won't become professionally or financially obsolete. So what am I saying? If you can't beat them, join them. Jump on the bandwagon with the greedy, mind-enslaving social media companies. Use the same tools and tactics that they use to manipulate the public and do it to put money in your pocket? Is that what I'm saying? Well, technically, yes. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Video media consumed via social media holds more attention than anything else on earth. It is word of mouth, the greatest method of marketing. It exists in a small flat device that everyone carries and provides an endless supply of it. Businesses will not find customers using billboards and newspaper articles the way they will using video on social media. Cold calling is dying out or transforming to text message and email marketing, or AI making cold calls for you instead of ineffective, forgetful, and unreliable humans. And hey, if you own a local company like lawn care and you want to print out some door hangers to distribute, that's a nice personal touch. But when I did it, I made sure I had a QR code on it that led back to my social media to make it easier to learn about me and to communicate or book an appointment. Social media allows the ability to expand the reach of your online content to potential leads, new community members, and future customers. It's the record of your good work and the ability to communicate en masse. This is what social media offers us, the tools to build a better future, but only if we pick them up and use them. Now, the upside, you have a million ways AI can help you beat your competition. But the downside is, big companies have already been using them for 3 years now. So, you steal their customers by earning their trust and having them as a loyal member of your online community. This is where they gather to hear from you directly and to meet others like themselves. And keep it real in the comments. Would you feel bad or lose any sleep if you stole a customer from Walmart or Amazon? Now, here's a fun fact. Humans love to spend money. Doesn't take much to separate them from it, especially if we know their needs, desires, fears, goals, and obstacles. A stack of money is worthless unless you trade it for something more valuable than paper and ink. What we know for sure is everything we spend our money on is a product or service that solves a problem. Could be something life-saving or just entertainment, whatever gets people's attention. We know that companies went from algorithms to AI-powered algorithms to understand their customer base even better, to utilize social media to intervene on their lives and present them with a product or service of their choosing, namely the one that paid for the ad. But we can use these tools as well, albeit on a smaller scale, but more importantly, we can use them to help build our brand community. That loyal community that trusts us, that we provided solutions to, and when offered, purchase products and services that we suggest because they work for us or people that we trust. Why? Because they're like us and we're like them. We know one another's problems. We've been through them. We understand them. And that trust through identity and shared experiences is what makes loyal customers. Now, we talked a lot about social media and how it tracks you, uses your data against you, and even how you could use it yourself to build incomes and improve your life. We could simply call the oversaturation of media the ultimate distraction, but we didn't even get to discuss how distraction is an intentional part of the plan for some who use social media, and in some cases, the social media platforms themselves. Giants like Facebook, X, and Reddit can sway political outcomes, give a massive audience to somebody, or silence millions with a line of code. Nationwide and global events can be covered up as easy as switching the subject, and with it, the opinions of the masses. If you can distract the masses, you can manipulate the masses. And in regard to social media, it is possessing power and control on a scale we can't fathom. If you've been around long enough, you've heard me say that fire can cook you a meal, or it could burn down your house. A gun can harm a good person, or it could stop a bad one. Money and attention, they're both the same. They're simply tools, resources that can amplify the will of whoever holds them. If you're a bad person, fire, a gun, money, and attention will surely lead to evil that can grow on a mass scale. On the other hand, when good people have the resources they need, they make the world a better place. I'm a firm believer that one of the best solutions to getting rid of evil rich people is by making more good rich people. You can use social media to build online communities, bring people together, and build a living providing solutions. And yeah, you can become wealthy and successful if you do it well. But first, you will have to change a fundamental perspective, which is stop letting social media use you as a tool, and instead use social media as the tool. Stop getting sucked into meaningless doom scrolls. Start watching more videos about things that will help you achieve more success. Content creators that talk about what you talk about or sell. If you watch videos that teach you how to use social media and AI, the algorithm will show you more of them. If you waste your time on SpongeBob and Minecraft videos, the algorithm will be sure to fill every possible moment of your life with nothing but entertainment, ads, and brain rot to take your money. The more you unfollow and block them, the more you free yourself of distractions and obstacles. More of the good, less of the bad is how you tip the scales in your favor for success. If you want to escape the slavery of your mind, you have to develop your self-discipline to remove and reject distractions. Now, all distractions aren't bad, and life without joy isn't worth living, so you must have entertainment or you won't have a balanced life. You achieve this by placing a specific time on your schedule for entertainment and separate it from the time that you should be working. Knowing you have this time will make it easier to keep you focused on what you need to focus on, not the on and gone dopamine rush from some pointless movie clip or a funny dog video. This will become easier the more you become business oriented and utilize social media algorithms to your benefit, bending them to your will. Over time, you'll slowly remove worthless channels and unfollow content creators that you gain no benefit from. At the same time, you'll be subscribing to channels and following creators who are like you. People that talk about your interests and found a way to make money doing it. Finding and joining their communities, gathering insights, eventually reverse engineering the path that they took to become financially independent and creating profitable, even passive income streams. So, bottom line, you're going to be in one of three groups of people. 1. The group that demonizes social media for being greedy and manipulative. 2. The group of people that stay zombified, wasting away the years of their life sucked into endless media. Or 3. You'll become the elite 3% that sees social media as a tool to generate money by building a loyal community and providing solutions. Use the tool, or the tool uses you. And don't waste your time thinking about the 3 years you're behind learning about AI, online business, or social media. Think about the advancements you'll have over your competition in just a few months, maybe weeks, if you start learning now. So instead of a product placement, I'm simply going to ask you for the most valuable thing I could think of. Subscribe and ring the bell. Remember, I'm like you, learning the tech, fighting against the billionaires, learning to reach my goals just as you are. So you know how much your support means to me. Don't forget to comment what you think below. Feedback is more precious than gold, so tell me your thoughts, and I'll be thinking about them while working on our next video. Here's a couple to give you something to think about until then. Thank you all for watching. I'm Mr. Therapy. Keep stacking those odds in your favor for success. I'll see you on the next one.